exposing the terror in your own reflection. Mirrors have always held a certain mystique, a sense of otherworldliness that can be both fascinating and terrifying. They are portals to another dimension, a parallel universe where things are not always as they seem. I bet you didn't know mirrors could trap souls. This is not just a tale to scare children, it's a chilling reality that has haunted many. The idea that a mirror can capture the essence of a person, their very soul, is both intriguing and horrifying. Late one evening, a girl named Mia discovered an old mirror in her grandmother's attic. The attic was a treasure trove of forgotten memories, filled with old furniture, dusty books, and mysterious trinkets. Mia had always been curious about the attic, and that night her curiosity led her to a discovery that would change her life forever. Its ornate frame was covered in dust, but the glass? Pristine, too pristine. It was as if the mirror had been waiting for someone to find it, to release the secrets it held within its reflective surface. She brought it down to her room, feeling oddly drawn to it. There was something about the mirror that captivated her, a strange allure that she couldn't quite explain. It was as if the mirror had a life of its own, a presence that demanded her attention. That night, as she prepared for bed, Mia noticed something strange. The room was quiet, the only sound the soft rustling of the curtains in the breeze. But as she looked into the mirror, she felt a chill run down her spine. Her reflection didn't quite match her movements. It was as if the mirror was playing tricks on her, distorting her image in subtle, unsettling ways. It was subtle at first, a blink that lasted a second too long, a hesitation in her reflection that made her question her own perception. Was it just her imagination, or was something truly wrong with the mirror? A tilt of the head she didn't remember making. The more she stared, the more convinced she became that her reflection had a mind of its own. The following night, her reflection smiled when she didn't. It was a smile that sent shivers down her spine, a smile that was not her own. It was as if the mirror was mocking her, taunting her with its eerie grin. Panicked, she covered the mirror and tried to sleep, but faint whispers filled her room. The whispers were soft at first, barely audible, but they grew louder and more insistent as the night wore on. They grew louder and louder until she could make out words. The words were chilling, filled with a sense of desperation and longing. "Let me out. It's cold in here." The voice was haunting, filled with a sense of dread that made Mia's blood run cold. Terrified, Mia tore the cover off the mirror. She had to know what was happening, had to confront the source of the whispers. Her reflection stared back at her, now grinning wide. The grin was malevolent, filled with a sense of triumph and malice. Before she could scream, the reflection reached through the glass and pulled her inside. It happened so quickly, so suddenly, that Mia didn't have time to react. The next morning, the mirror sat quietly in her room. The room was eerily silent, as if nothing had happened, but the mirror held a dark secret, a secret that would remain hidden until the next unsuspecting victim found it. With Mia's smiling reflection staring out, the reflection was a haunting reminder of the girl who had been trapped within the mirror's depths, waiting for the next unsuspecting victim. The mirror was patient, biding its time until it could claim another soul. It was a silent predator lurking in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to strike.